We're going to narrate through the two burns. We have one that does not have sprinkler protection in it. That will be the one to your left. And the one on the right with the nice sign over the top has a single residential sprinkler head inside. They are both furnished as close to the same as we could get, with the Salvation Army donating some furniture and some bedding and such. The one thing to pay attention to is the amount of time the unsprinkled pod, the fire grows, the rapid rate at which the fire grows, and then when we do the sprinklered room, the speed at which the sprinkler head goes off and suppresses the fire. The smoke alarm goes off in a matter of seconds. It is a small room, granted, but again, smoke alarms are your first line of defense to inform you that something's wrong and to get out of the house. Once the smoke alarm is gone off, it's done its job. You see the fire starting to grow amongst the combustibles in the wastebasket, and it's caught the corner of the couch on fire as well. Now, if this had been an occupied home when that smoke alarm goes off, the family would have an opportunity to get up and exit the building quickly. Right now at the floor in that room, it's several hundred degrees, and at the ceiling, it's probably close to 1,200 or 1,500 degrees. Now we're starting to see a very, very rapid increase in fire, and you're approaching the flashover stage. You watch when that flame goes all the way down to the floor. That room has now flashed over at about 3 minutes and 5 seconds. If the engine company could go in and extinguish that, please. So that room went to flashover and became deadly for both heat, smoke, and gases in 3 minutes. Anyone living near that or sleeping or residing in a room near that room would be overcome by the heat and smoke. Okay, the ignition scenario is the same. Wastebasket full of papers near some furniture. There it goes. So at about 1:35, now it's starting to lap up onto the curtains. Now the physics is going to be the same. The heat is going to rise up to the top of that ceiling and start to gather there and bank down a little bit. The head has to sit in that heat for a short period of time for the sensing element to reach its temperature and then fuse, break in this case, and allow the water out. There the head activates, 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. Now taking the time aside, because that was a very slow moving fire or a slow growing fire, look at the amount of damage in that room, the limited amount of damage in that room at the time the sprinkler head went off. And then when we compare and contrast the two rooms, once you go side by side, once the we'll shut the sprinkler off and we'll make sure that that room on the side is overhauled safely so everybody can go up and take a look. You look at the amount of damage, and with the exception of having to change out the carpet, change out the furniture, and maybe some sheetrock in that room, if this was a single bedroom in a house, chances are the family could move back in a matter of a couple of days, as opposed to having to start from scratch if that fire in the other room had occurred inside a home. Before the fire department was able to completely extinguish it, there was quite a bit of damage that would have been done. Take a look up close, take your pictures, and go back and tell everybody about all of the wonderful things that residential sprinklers can do for you in your neighborhood.